India's Army Chief Gen Upendra Dwivedi is in Jammu and Kashmir to take stock of the security situation in the Union territory. On Friday, the Army Chief visited the Baisaran picnic spot where 26 people, remember, were massacred in cold blood in Pahalgam. He also reviewed the security with the Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor. The Army Chief was briefed by the 15th Corps Commander on the actions that are being taken against the terrorists inside India and the Pakistani Army's attempts to violate the ceasefire along the line of control. Now, the Indian forces are engaged in a massive manhunt to nab the perpetrators of the attack. 3 separate gunfights are underway in the region. The latest gun battle took place in the Bandipora district of Jammu and Kashmir, where security forces launched a cordon and search operation in the Bazipura area following information about the presence of terrorists in the area. And according to the officials, hidden terrorists opened fire on the security personnel. Earlier on Wednesday evening, a joint team of security forces busted a terrorist hideout in the Tangmarg area of Kulgam based on inputs about the presence of terrorists in the area. On Thursday, a soldier of the Special Forces of the Indian Army was killed in a gun battle with the terrorists following a search operation in the Udhampur district. Now, Havildar J. Ali Sheikh was killed in the firing that took place in the Dudu Basantgarh area during a cordon and search operation. The houses of 2 terrorists suspected to be involved in the Pahalgam terror attack have been destroyed in blasts during the search operation. The first, a blast took place in Tral at the house of Asif Sheikh, a local terrorist suspected to be involved in the Pahalgam attack. Security forces reportedly sensed danger after spotting some suspicious object in the house. As they retraced their steps safely, a huge blast took place, badly damaging the house. In the second incident, the house of another terrorist, Adil Tokar, was also known as Adil Gauri, a resident of Guri Beach Bihara, was demolished. The Adil had legally travelled to Pakistan in 2018, where he reportedly had received terror training before managing to again slip back into India. Meanwhile, the Pakistani forces opened fire across the line of control from multiple positions. India has retaliated to the Pakistani firing. All right, now WION's special correspondent Idris Lone is in fact joining us over the phone line from Srinagar. Idris, you've been tracking all the developments that are unfolding at this moment. There is a manhunt to nab the perpetrators of this attack. There are several encounters that have taken place. Give us a sense of what's unfolding in the Kashmir Valley at the moment.
Well, Saleh, multiple operations are underway across Jammu and Kashmir at the moment. There are 3 encounters that basically are in 3 different districts of Jammu and Kashmir. The first encounter started early today morning in Bandipora district, where security forces had a tip-off about the presence of militants as well as a militant hideout. When they reached the spot, there was gunfire from the militant side, which resulted in a gun battle. We've been told in that firing, 1 over-the-ground worker has been killed, while as 2 soldiers were injured in that gunfight. Meanwhile, there is another operation that is on in South Kashmir's Kulgam district, where we've seen the combing operation being carried out by security forces from the last 3 consecutive days. Same is the case with Udhampur, where Indian Army lost 1 soldier, but since the last 3 days, the combing operation is on there as well. In the whole Kashmir Valley, we've seen over 2,500 people have been detained by Jammu and Kashmir police for questioning regarding the Pahalgam attack. We've also seen raids being carried out by security forces on the houses of over-the-ground workers, members of the Jamaat-e-Islami, as well as in different parts of Kashmir, whether it's North Kashmir, Handwara, whether it's South Kashmir, Kulgam, or the Kutwa. We're just getting news from Kutwa as well that there is a massive search operation being carried out there as well. So it seems that the security forces are now in full action, and they're leaving no stone unturned to basically nab the attackers of the Pahalgam. We've seen how during the night, during these search operations, the houses of 2 militants were supposedly responsible for and were involved in the Pahalgam attack. Both the houses have been completely destroyed. Security forces saying that they found suspicious objects in those houses, and that was one of the reasons that they had to destroy those suspicious objects, and the houses were completely damaged. On the other hand, the Indian Army chief, also on a visit to Jammu and Kashmir, he met with the injured people at the Army's base hospital, as well as later went to Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha's Raj Bhavan, where he also was briefed about the current security situation across Jammu and Kashmir. On the line of control, as well as on the international border, security has already been on high alert. There have been many instances of the ceasefire violations. One in Kupwara in the morning, although no damage, but the Indian Army retaliating at every place wherever Pakistan is basically breaking ceasefire.
Indeed. Now, also, Idris, do we have more information in terms of the manhunt? Because it's been, 3 days since the terror attack. These perpetrators of that terror attack are still out on the loose. Are you picking up any information as to how soon could the security agencies be on track of capturing these individuals that were responsible in carrying out the terror attack?
Well, Salah, looking at the situation and the number of operations that security forces are carrying out at the moment, and with the detentions of so many people across the Kashmir Valley, and also by releasing the sketches of the militants responsible of the Pahalgam attack, it seems that it's not very far away that they'll be able to basically nab the attackers. But at the moment, search operations all across Kashmir as well as in Jammu division going on, especially on the higher reaches. In Baisar and also where the attack took place, we've seen that more deployment has been brought in. Security forces, earlier it was only Jammu and Kashmir police, Indian Army and paramilitary forces, but now commandos from Indian Army and CRPF have joined them as well. We're also seeing helicopters and drones being pushed in, basically because it's a dense forest, and that is where militants basically after the attack, after the carnage, went into, and security forces still carrying out those search operations. Let me tell you, Sarah, that this is the same mountain range that connects South Kashmir to the Pir Panjal range and also the mountains of Poonch Rajouri belt. We've seen how active the Pakistanis, especially Pakistani militants, are in those forest areas. They've carried multiple attacks in the last 6 months there and also vanished into the dense forest again. And it seems that this was also the foreigners who were present in the group were part of those active militants who are on the other side in the Poonch and Rajouri belt, who must have come towards this side, and maybe they crossed over again. That is one of the reasons that security forces not only are carrying out these search operations in Kashmir Valley, but in Jammu division as well.
Indeed, Idris. Thank you very much for joining us with all those updates. We'll, of course, come back to you as this story unfolds. There is this massive manhunt that is currently underway where the security forces, the Indian Army and the paramilitary has been all pressed into service to try and nab these perpetrators who carried out this attack in Pahalgam, and one hopes that they are captured pretty soon. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.